Hi everyone, this is Peter. Today I want to introduce is the PXW-Z280. In NAB 2018, Sony have launched two new cameras, the Z190 and also the Z280. The fact is because although these two cameras is pretty look like the same, but they are pointing to different markets. So that's why I put these two cameras into two different reviews. Okay, so let's talk about the 280. This camera, I think, is a successor for the X200, 180 and 160. So, but this one is a 4K camera. It's a 4K camera. For this previous version, it's a HD only. This camera will have a 17 times 4K resolutions Fujinon lenses. So for HD, it can go to 34 times. So you ask, okay, 34 times, is it a digital extender? Not really, because the fact is this camera have three half-inch 4K sensor, CMOS sensor. So what they do is when you're shooting 4K and then when you put on extender, and then they will probably crop from a 4K sensor crop to HD sensor. So that means they are using a real HD resolution sensor onto this camera. Because it's 4K, they crop to HD, so that means they can probably extend 2 times to that. So that means this is not a digital extender. This is a real optical sensor, but this is maybe you can, in Sony, they said it's a digital extender, but I think this is a 34 times real optical zoom for this when you're shooting HD. Other than that, okay, the biggest maybe different for the previous one is they have a 12G SDI output. Other than that, and they are also support HLG and also S-Log 3 formats. So what that means is you can actually using this camera through the 12G SDI to a 4K visual mixer, which make your OB production more cost effective. You don't need to have maybe a big, super expensive, maybe a 4K studio camera. So you can use this as a low cost, effective, maybe a 4K productions. So other than that, they also have the S/S card, which a lot of broadcasters is using, very reliable. But now they can using a simultaneous recording and also relay recording, so which is now more versatile. And also they have a USB 3.0 connector. So what is it used for? For some cases, when you're doing maybe for an event, a lot of maybe a situation is okay. Oh, I want to have a copy. Okay, I give you my S/S card, but maybe my S/S is too expensive, and also you don't have a card reader. Fine, okay. You ask him to give you a USB stick, put it here, and then you can go to the menu, and then to choose which cards you want to transfer all the information to your USB stick. When you transfer to USB sticks, all the metadata, all the structures on the card will be replicated onto this USB stick. So that means when this guy is actually put onto the editing machine, probably all the metadata, all the information will be the same as the S/S card, which is pretty useful. And other than that, okay, you also have maybe a more assignable buttons for this. And because a lot of people think, okay, oh, I want to have maybe one button aside for histogram. And then you can actually set more buttons onto this camera compared with the previous versions. And other than that, let me see whether okay, so they also have a variable ND. This is good especially for HLG because HLG, they have a very sensitive on the light, and then probably you are not able to actually just maybe drop the light, maybe drop the ND through maybe several stops. You can only maybe drop to maybe a quarter stop or something else like that. If this is the case, and also if you're doing a lot of shots indoor and outdoor in between, variable ND will be super useful for you. So other than that, okay, they are pretty the same as the previous versions. Very easy, clear light menu functions, and then which is same as the X200 and also the FS series. So it's pretty easy to use. The size is slightly bigger and heavier than the X200, but the fact is it's more balanced to each other. So which means I think maybe if you even use it for a handheld, I think it's actually maybe still okay for that. And other than that, I think this is most of the case. And then because this camera will be launched to the market in July, so hopefully we will have a chance and then to do a more deeper review about like maybe the sensitivity, the noise compression, or the and also the performance for that. One more thing, okay, this camera based on the Sony informations, because we have do a rough test, we find out the noise compressions is probably much better compared with the X200, and especially for the X180 and 160. And probably because this is a pre-production unit, and then hopefully when we got like a production unit camera in July, we will do a deeper review, especially for this. So if you want to know more about like this Z280, please visit ANS website and also our Facebook.